And welcome to Cruising with Kayfabe. I'm Mongo.
I'm Emily.
And today we are just 55, that's right, five days away from the Six Jericho Cruise, also known as Six on the Beach.
Already?
Already.
I think I'm the only one that's like, oh, time is flying.
Because we blinked and it went from January to freaking December 6th in the matter of moments. But, I mean, it's kind of good this one's coming quick because after this, we got like 500 and something days, like 17 months between cruises. Because if you don't go on Six on the Beach with us, we ain't going to be able to go on the 7th, which I'm guessing 7th Heaven. Like, what do we think the name's going to be for 7?
I could not tell you.
But I don't think that's going to happen until probably like October 2026. Like, I was thinking about that. I'm like, we're going to have a teenager and I'm going to be in my 40s. Gross.
Ew, why? Why does he do this?
Why? Because I'm a problem. That's why. But
I think he'll only be 12. I think we'll be okay.
It's still 2026 is crazy to think about. So I'm excited to talk about this 2025 cruise, as well as the other 4 cruises we've been on, 5 if you count the Walking Dead cruise. But we're pretty veteran cruises here, so I feel like we have a lot of information we've learned, traveled. Like I do all the planning, so at least I can go on that one. I mean, I'd offer you to give those tips.
Offer out my hand and he pulls me along. It's fine.
I mean, I ask you for the travel tips, but usually your travel tips are ask what Josh says, so or ask what Mongo says. Mm-hmm. Oops, kayfabe. But yeah, no. So I guess let's kind of get into the planning because that's first part. Getting passports. Obviously, I had to get a brand new passport.
Yeah.
So that was $200 that he didn't want to spend, but we did because we're going to the Dominican. I really, really want to explore this island.
Yeah.
And I'm also excited too because, we're getting our kiddo a passport. So hopefully all goes well. Since we do have this lapse in the cruise, maybe we'll be going to All In 2026 as well.
Hopefully.
Travel princess, just like Rachel. Yes, she is 100% a travel princess.
Yep. Give me my blanket, give me my pillow, and I'll call it a day.
Room. But thankfully, we got a good hotel.
Oh my God, yes. I am so looking forward to having a nice hotel. We have had some hotel experiences.
The one without
and not the ones you want to think about.
The one without the smoke detector, it was just a tissue.
How about the black mold in the bathroom?
Which one?
How about the time that the shower kept like falling down?
I don't want to talk about
it. We would be like in
the
shower.
Taller than you.
They're way taller than me, right? It was like me and Frank and Mongo, and we were not in the shower at the same time. And we were in the shower, and like it would just like, and you're trying to shave your legs.
So the shower had. Well, I wasn't shaving my legs yet.
And it would
shower
fall.
Head was sliding down. Yeah, it was just sliding down
on your feet. Like
and
that's not fucking.
On
helpful.
the last day, I guess you figured they'll put a hair clip there, so I finally could take a shower without having to hold it, without holding it. But someone finally put their hair clip on there.
Finally, like MacGyvered it.
How about the one that the sink didn't work? Do you remember that one?
No, thank God. What about the time we lived in a hotel for a week?
I don't want to talk about that one. Yeah, hotels, definitely. Make sure you pick your hotel. There's a lot around the port. A couple tips, when I always plan is one, how far is it from which airport you're coming into? I mean, we fly into either Miami or Fort Lauderdale, wherever the cheapest flight is at the time. And we also try to make sure it's either get there easy with an Uber or a Lyft, or there's a shuttle, because I don't really want to drive around Miami after driving there last time, because that was a nightmare sitting in that traffic.
Yeah. I mean, and also when you take the shuttle, just beware. Like sometimes the driver, or was that the Uber that you had? Oh, that was an Uber.
Yeah, that's you're jumping way off course here. That we haven't had any issues. We always just take Ubers or Lyft from the usually from the airport to the hotel. Last year we ended up taking one right to the hotel. We took an Uber, but remember they tried to get us into a different one after we ordered it. That was kind of sketchy.
Yeah, I was like, I'm good.
He's like, oh, did you order an Uber?
Just cancel it.
Like you can cancel it. Hop in our vehicle.
No.
Yeah, always definitely check out. You can pre-order your Ubers and Lyfts. Yeah, the Uber was on the way to the port, Jeff. Yes, that was the sketchy one. And definitely research them. Make sure you know what you want to get into. We've got ones, the license plate was different. Remember one hotel we said the license plate was different on the Uber. We didn't get in that one. I canceled that one. So definitely make sure, look at your flights. Fly out on random days. We try to fly out midweek. Obviously, I'm not going to announce what our travel plans are on the internet, but we try to fly out like midweek. Usually if you get like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday flights, back and forth, you get better prices than if you fly on a Friday or a Saturday. So you really want to make sure you're looking at that because prices fluctuate. Delete your cookies from your browser. That's another tip. If you're searching on your phone all the time, it's going to know what you're searching for. It's going to give you those different prices. Use your work computer, use laptops, tablets. You'll be amazed. Just JetBlue, for example, looking at one set of flights on Monday morning was $100 cheaper than if I looked at it on my phone later that afternoon. And they're the same flights, same exact airport, same flight number. So do your research because you're already going to spend a lot, kind of get it. So you don't need to be bougie getting down there unless you want to have some crazy long trip.
Also, like when you're thinking about the hotel, not only do you want to think about planning to be near the port, but also you want to plan to be near the party because there are quite a few different shenanigans that you can get into. Most of the Ragers meet up at Tom's Sports Bar.
Old Tom's, yep.
And you can stay at one of the 3 hotels that are nearby it. They get more expensive the more you go.
Multiple hotels around there. That's the thing. If you just look at cruise port hotels, you're going to find so many, but definitely check with the Ragers, check with the Chris Jericho group, Chris Jericho Cruisers. Let us know because we can always find a way to help guide you because we've stayed at Brickell in Miami downtown. We stayed right at Old Tom's at that hotel. We've stayed at hotels about a couple miles from the strip. We've stayed right next to the port. So we've kind of stayed all around. But, I mean, this is our last time in Miami, too, because the 7th cruise is going out of Jacksonville. So that'll be interesting because we might drive down to that one because Jacksonville is a little closer than Miami.
Yeah. When we got to Jacksonville, it didn't feel like rough. Not that I drove because,
You slept.
I'm yawning talking about traveling. Can you imagine the drive with me?
Well, you also worked 12 hours.
Exactly, Rachel. I don't want to leave the hotel this year. Speaking of, also make sure that if you make plans that the places you're going to are not closed because things close down per season. And where it's winter time, some places are not open.
Right. When we traveled to Miami, we're like, oh, Florida, everything's open year round. But even like in Vegas, when I was in Vegas, I really wanted to go to this like pool party thing that they were doing with a bunch of like musicians, but they only did it in the summertime because even though February it's like 70 degrees or January Miami it's like 67 degrees, to them that's their winter, so they kind of shut down or they do remodeling. Yes, Jamal, Jacksonville is the port for the 7th cruise. It's leaving out of Jacksonville. That's what they announced on the boat last year. So that'll be kind of interesting because again, you're close to there too to drive there, so you don't have to worry about flights down there. And I will say, make a stop at Daly's place because if you check out our vlog on our YouTube, we actually filmed. We actually went to Buc-ee's, went to Daly's place. We went to see where the Jaguars play. We made a whole road trip out of it. And then it was that last 5-hour stretch to the Florida Turnpike that was just like highway hypnosis.
That's when Bitchy Emily really came out, and it wasn't at Mongo.
That's when it comes out?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Noted for next time, guys.
After 12 hours of driving.
I mean, it definitely was a drive, but I mean, I like that we've kind of gone down there different ways because we've seen how to do each way. We've gone in 3-4 days early. We've gone in 2 days early. We've gone the night before. That's the next thing I would say. Don't go in the day of unless you absolutely have to. That's too much stress. I mean, last year we saw some of our friends. They were supposed to fly in at like 7, 8 in the morning in Miami. Didn't get there until almost midnight because of flight delays with planes and crews. Not even just weather, but allow that cushion because they start boarding at 11 o'clock ish, 12 o'clock, and they leave 3 to 4 o'clock Eastern time. So if you're flying in, you don't want to be you don't want to be running through Home Alone style like 2 o'clock trying to get on that boat.
Also, like, have a backup plan for driving or flying. Nobody, AJ, we're like halfway through and he's kicking my ass.
I got 10 stars.
I have like 4. No, Bowser just took 1. I think I have 3. And he keeps stealing my coins.
No, Miami this year, but no Miami for Cruise 7. But Jacksonville, Jamal, is a fun city to go to. Jacksonville is a fun. I've gone there when I was in my 20s as well. Holy crap, I sound like an old man. There's a lot of cool nightclubs. They got a good nightlife. It's a very bougier area. The sports complex can get kind of rough, but there's a lot of fun spots in Jacksonville. So I'm excited to see a different cruise port because, I mean, we've sailed out of Tampa for the Walking Dead cruise. We've sailed out of Miami for the Jericho cruise. Now we sail out of Jacksonville. So it's kind of cool to see 3 different ports.
Yeah. And speaking of that backup plan, in 2022, in the fall, we sailed, and we were living in New Hampshire at the time, and we were trying to figure out, like, okay, well, Southwest keeps canceling flights.
And it wasn't weather. It was like they were having issues with staff. So we had
like
to figure
they
out
had
backup
strikes
plan.
going on or something. And we're like, okay, so cool. Like, how are we going to get there? Can we fly to here and then drive to there and then fly to there and drive to there? How are we going to do this? Because we need to make sure we get there. You can't really cancel that last minute. So we really like had 3 different plans going, like drive the whole way, fly the whole way, or do both.
And that's the thing, have a backup plan. I don't want to obviously out the person who I talked to about this, but last year someone had to spend a lot of money to drive from one state to another, just to take take a plane from a different airport because of the cancellations. And it was, thank God they had a backup plan, because they probably wouldn't have gotten to the cruise, because the original airline that they were supposed to fly of just canceled flights that day and didn't have flights the next day. So as much as it sucks, have a backup plan. Alliance offers travel insurance. The cruise offers travel insurance. Yes, Jamal, Jacksonville's got some great strip clubs for you. So, you can go down there, you can have some fun, Duval. Yeah, it'll be fun. Honestly, the cruise is the best part. It's a big family reunion for us. It's why we started this podcast, that community.
Yes.
I feel like we see questions in the cruise group all the time. We've had people DM us questions. And we've just gotten general, like, what do you guys do? And it's weird to us, because I remember when we took the very first Walking Dead cruise, as Jamal famously says, you have no idea what you're in for. Well, it's the same with the Jericho Cruise. Everyone can go online. You can look at, like, oh, here's what you should pack for cruises. Here's what you should do with this for cruises. But it's different for a 4-day cruise. That's just that you're constantly running around like a chicken with your head cut off. And the Jericho Cruise, you're very, very busy. So those little things you might normally have to plan for, just you don't have time for.
So speaking of, what time would you recommend people get to the port?
I think that depends on your preference. I personally like to go early, because
I feel like we pay for this vacation.
I want to start that vacation as soon as I can. I know some people like to sleep in, and kind of get ready for that long 4 days. Mm-hmm. So some people like to come in lunchtime. Some people want to get breakfast first. I would say, honestly, if you come between 10 and 1, those are the sweet spots. I don't think you want to really come at 2 or 3. Yeah, everyone's gonna be boarding, but I feel like you've already kind of missed out on some stuff on the cruise.
Memories start the second you get on board. I mean, you've got that 24/7 belt. And then depending on like the time that you board, there's food. So like the buffet is pretty much always open. So I feel like you need to get on board and just start the party. Start drinking. It's only a couple extra dollars.
And AJ's right. Yes, I know a couple cruisers too, just like AJ's friends' parents. There's so many different, they might go to a play, and it might be a very chill day, and they lounge out by the pool all day. And then they go and they have dinner at 7:00, or they have a captain's dinner and they have to dress up. Our friends John and Sarah do a lot of cruises. So we compared stories. It was like, what do you mean you don't have to dress up for this cruise? I'm like, yeah, my attire is either cosplay, t-shirts like this, or whatever's comfortable. I mean, there's some people who barely wear pants. So
some people walk around in a robe all day.
We got Red Cup Jeff, who I don't think ever wears a shirt.
No. And then I think one of my favorite things is like spot the person who forgot to put on sunscreen, because once those wrestlers get in the ring, you can tell who forgot the sunscreen. Was it Cole Cabana last year?
Cole Cabana was Rock Lobster last year, 100%. Jamal says I'd rather show up minutes before and that's that's your prerogative. I'm not down to that. My anxiety won't let me. There's been too many flights where I felt like the family from Home Alone running down the gangway trying to get to that flight. I mean, I'll never forget. I feel like I have the world record. Baltimore Airport. My flight was at 7:00. I got dropped off by the bus because the bus had a mechanical issue at 6:50 at the front of Baltimore Airport. I got into security. Not one person in line was like willing to be nice. So I'm like, oh crap, what do I do? I got through the metal detector at like 6:58, because I just somehow sped through it. I ran down to my gate and realized, holy crap, I'm in like gate C. This is gate A. I had to run across the whole damn thing. They were literally calling last call, so I didn't even get my priority boarding or nothing. And I just barely got on. I felt like those stupid movies where they close the door. Oh, you just made it, huh? I totally did. My anxiety could never with a boat. I've seen a lot of those cruise videos where people are getting left on the docks, either at the ports because we'll get to that when we talk to the excursions, or miss their boarding. I mean, there was a TikTok video Emily sent me a while ago where the family decided to just hang out in the city too long, and they went to go board, and it was 4:00, and their boat was sailing away, and they were mad because they wouldn't be let in. It's like, well, your boat's gone.
Their children were on board.
Yeah, they had to go
screaming like, "Our children are on there! Our children are on there!" And
yeah, they had to fly to the next port because they're not going to leave. They're not going to take the kids off. That makes sense. Like, I think, like, oh, you got to pop Josh. Oh God,
where's Jamal? Where's Jamal? You're not wrong because you just pop up at the best times.
I honestly sometimes wonder, Jamal, if you had a twin for the first 3 years of this cruise, because we would be at a random podcast listening to them, and Jamal would come sit next to us and say hi. And then we go to the buffet, and Jamal's walking through with other people, and we leave the buffet to go to the bathroom, and then Jamal's walking towards the gym to go work out. I'm like, how the hell does this man have that much time? So, Jamal, you are cruise mayor for a reason. Pull them up. Hold the boat. Hold the boat. Right. Hold the plane. Hold the boat. Unfortunately, I don't think they hold the boat, AJ. That's why definitely make sure you check your times. I mean, if your boarding time says 10:00, make sure you're there for 10. If it says 2:00, don't show up at 10. Because I think that's the other thing too. Stick to your boarding time, because there was one year it was a cluster. I'm not talking about just the COVID year, but like Cruise 4 was kind of a cluster because everyone showed up at 10:00 because they were so excited not to have the COVID lines, and they were anticipating that we didn't get on to almost 1:00 because they had like 20 groups when they normally had like 6 or 7.
I have to ask AJ while you're in the comments. So, like, what if Matt Cardona is gonna sign and we get him on the cruise as a Ring of Honor champion?
3rd time, 3-time King of the Sea. Oh, maybe 2-time King of the Sea if he wins the title back, but
he's not in the tournament. I'm
talking
about
him. His damn belt. Yeah, but you know what? Matty 2 belts on the King of the Seas. Let's go. Ring of Honor champion and the cruising title. And here's my theory on that real quick. What if Cardona does win because Ring of Honor got a TV deal? What if, like, maybe Jericho has helped to get negotiations, help sell this pay-per-view, but now you have Cardona, who you can't tell me that New Yorkers aren't going to come out for Cardona, who's from fucking Long Island. And Chris Jericho, who, yeah, he may be from Winnipeg, but he's a native of New York. He grew up in New York with his dad. I'm just saying, Hammerstein Ballroom, Mac has to go out there. You know, he's going to have a BRG made. You know, he's going to have a rubber band. He's going to immortalize this moment.
Oh, I didn't realize he was booked.
Oh,
he doesn't typically.
Oh, that's
cancel,
true.
So.
That is true, because that is another downside. We are missing the Royal Rumble again for the 2nd year. Another reason I'm kind of glad that we get to October, because missing the Royal Rumble, it does kind of suck. I mean, granted, we'll know what happens within 30 seconds because someone's watching it in the atrium or has it on their phone, but
we were watching wrestling while people were watching the Rumble, and thank you, because that was great.
I remember when Jordan Grace debuted, the guy in front of me spilt his drink, and I was like, something big must have happened. And I look over, and I see Jordan Grace, and I just see him looking at his drink, looking at the tablet, looking at his drink. He was so conflicted that he just spilled his drink, but I think he was just more like, did Jordan Grace just show up? Because you didn't have that happen before. So, yeah, it'll be sad missing, but I mean, there's so much great action on the ring, and I think, you know, we can start getting into like who's on the boat, who we want to see in the boat, but to kind of keep going down that planning, like let's talk about some, you know, cruise passes, like what we enjoyed. Like I'm going to use you again, Jamal. You don't know what to expect, and I always ask him, what's the first thing you notice every time you get on the boat? After you get down the gangway, you get your high five, you get your lanyard, you know, showing how many cruises you've been on, and you're now on deck 7. Like, how do you feel? Like, what are your thoughts?
Are you asking Jamal or me?
You.
Oh, deck 7. You enter in, you get your Starbies, and then you walk around and you look for friends. That's like the exciting part. You just look around for friends to talk to because you know you're going to see them. You just saw them boarding. So, yeah. Sometimes you will get food. Depends on how long. Because, like, oh my God. Cruise 3. What a mess. The pandemic cruise 2022, right?
Yeah. And I think, yeah, 2021, 2022-ish. But yeah, we could go down that rabbit hole again, but we've done that enough.
I'm just saying we were starving by the time we got on the boat because we waited for so long. So like having the food was really helpful right then. Especially having a very hangry individual with us. And it was not me or Emily or Cam. I didn't have Cam. I know, that's why I said or Cam. But
I think that's one of my favorite parts. Going to the buffet, like when you first get on the boat, you know, meeting up with that group last year was AJ, Holly, me, you, Brian, Corey, and Tyler, and just I think they're getting there. But it's nice to sit down, get that first meal in you, and like get ready to sail away and wait for your room so you can change out of your either sweaty clothes or just kind of freshen up.
Yeah, no, it's refreshing. I just like being home.
Oh, it just got really dark in here.
Sorry, I tried to shut the light off. My eyes just watering. So sorry, guys.
Spooky. Bacon. No, exactly. Well, I'm a larger American Terran, so I enjoy to eat on the boat. Yes, I do. But I also like to get the pizza. Because
it's not good, but it does the job.
Especially when you know you're about to put some drinks in your stomach and need something to absorb it. At least for me anyway.
Peter Avalon. It's not good.
Check out the new pour. Yeah, I do like checking out going top bar, saying hi everyone.
I like seeing the elevators. Home. I love when the elevators have the stickers on them. Speaking of, we took one of those home one time. I think we threw it away because it got like stuck to something.
No.
It's still in the closet?
It is still in the closet. It's just I want to shadow box it, but there's a frame store. I want to take it to a frame store to get it done right because I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, it's all stuck.
Yes, it does. And the drink package is cheaper this year. Like, can we talk about how awesome it is? It's like less than $500 a person now. So that's a pretty good deal for if you want to kind of get the premium. And Starbucks, I think we got Starbucks first last year.
Yeah. Again, you walk on the boat, deck 7, Starbucks.
And I just like seeing that big chandelier. And like when Jamal said, I'm a home, it's true because, you know, you might see your friends on, you know, in the terminal. But it's cool to kind of see them on the boat because then you know we're going to sail away and party together. Like you get those hugs, you know, everyone has been on there multiple times. And I know that the stats are falling for returning cruisers. I know 6 times, you know, 5 times and 4 times their numbers according to 6Man are like falling. But it's nice to see like the ones who still go keep that tradition alive. It is that family reunion. You know, like you said, there's nothing more when you see that person you haven't seen in a year and you're like, oh my God, finally, like, how you been? Like seeing how much people change. Like I got long ass hair now. People are gonna be shocked.
Speaking of family reunion and multi-time cruisers, I think I'm gonna tag somebody in.
You're gonna tag someone in?
I'm gonna tag someone in. I will be right back. Mongo, keep it rolling. All
right. I think we're gonna have a cameo. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. Yes, we do. We do have Taryn from TS. We have Walter. We have Jamal. So that's 3 6-time cruisers right there. OG cruisers from the first cruise that I still wish we got to go on. We did go on the Walking Dead cruise, saw it in the room and went, holy shit, we're on the wrong damn boat. We were still in the Pearl, but we realized we were on the wrong boat. And then seeing Sea of Honor, you know, that's what made me interested in going on this cruise. Made Emily going on this cruise. And I think it's fun because we all met a community. We all met people who just like to party, have fun, watch wrestling, listen to good music. And holy shit, there's some great music up this year. I mean, I think this is one of the best lineups they've had in a long time. So I think we are ready for our cameo here. So, pull up everyone. Camden Cruz is here.
Hi.
All right, Cam. Close the door for you. Pull her up to the mic. Downstate, definitely. Downstate can't wait for that. Here's some wrestling sets. This is your mic. So, we were just talking about, everyone, Camden Cruz here. We were just talking about some of our favorite moments on the cruise. So, Cam, when you first walk on that boat, what's the first thing you see and get excited for?
Probably the talent and the food.
What about the Ragers?
They also play a big part.
Face the camera, talking to that. They do play a big part. Like we have AJ saying hi. We have Jeff saying, what's up, Camden Cruz? Make sure you look at the camera and talk.
Yeah.
We have Taryn. Say hi to Taryn.
Hi, Taryn.
Say hi to Walter. Do the Jericho for Walter. Do the Jericho. Hi, guys. Do it for Walter. Look at the camera.
Hi, guys.
Are you the learning tree?
Yes.
Taryn's saying, little man. You can't be shy now. You told me you wanted to come on. Are you excited to see Taryn and Dez and Jamal and everyone on the cruise? Tell me you're excited to see them.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see everyone.
Are you excited to go get some pizza?
Yeah.
Throw up your double birds. Throw up your double birds and say, fuck the boat. Do it.
Fuck the boat.
No, not the boat. Their boat. When you see their boat in port. No. Our boat rules.
Yeah, our boat rules.
All right. So what are you looking forward to on this cruise? Like we have all the different wrestlers. We have Fozzy Grayway. You do know We Are Wasted's back, right? We Are Wasted's back. What do you feel about that?
I feel
Excited?
yeah.
You know who else is downstate's there? They do the wrestling themes. I think he's a little shy here. Yeah, he is. He's gonna be taller than Jamal. So he said he's gonna be taller than Jamal. Do you think so?
I think it could happen.
You think it could happen? All right. Well, I think you're a little more shy than you thought, which is okay. So if you want to go tag Mom back in, you certainly can. Or you want to say something else, you can too.
I want to say what? I want to say one more thing.
What do you want to say?
Fuck them pigs.
Okay, fuck them pigs indeed. All right. That's right. We Are Wasted is playing the theme song. Yeah, so they're playing your theme song, TDS. That's going to be amazing. I can't wait to check them out, see them again. It's going to be a party like always. Undone next year too. That'd be great. Add them on the boat. I think add in more of a survey, like who we want to see. Maybe throw some names out there. I think that would be cool if they threw like a survey out there, like here's some bands we're interested in bringing on, who you're interested in, like a fan vote, like a Taboo Tuesday style. I think that would be pretty cool. I know they do the survey, but it'd be cool if they had like some sort of voting to see like, hey, here's some choices and really make that 7th lineup. I mean, I want to say even better because I think, again, this is one of the best. And I really can't wait to see them perform that live because especially since everyone knows that. So make sure you check out TDS Tuesdays. That's right, Jamal. Fuck them pigs. Another thing, that's a great thing. You know, we're lucky enough that when he comes on the cruise, he knows that people are going to be themselves. I think I love that we can all be ourselves on this cruise. We all have fun. Nobody has to be prim and proper for someone else. If you want to go party, you want to go drink, you want to go have fun, you go be you. And that's what's, I think, great about this cruise is everyone does their thing. And there's 2,500 people on this cruise. They all have different experiences and stories. I absolutely love to see how we all change. And I can't wait to see what's going to come this year. So hopefully Emily comes back in soon because talking about myself is not as easy to do as I thought. Em, I need you. So I'm going to ask everyone here, what are you guys looking forward to the most on this cruise for artists? Who are you looking forward to the most for musical artists or for wrestlers? All right. Emma's back, so I don't have to awkwardly try this solo. So right now, for this year, who we have is Bull Nakano, the Nasty Boys, Al Snow, Ernest the Cat Miller, somebody call my mama, Michael Oku, Coco Beware, Too Cold Scorpio, Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, also known as the Beautiful People, Hoovy Guerrero, the Real One, Enzo Amore, no thanks. We have Elijah, formerly known as Elias, Sunny Kiss making her return, Viva Van, Amira Blair, Natalia Markova, Sunny Ono, Tasha Steeles, Kid Chocolate, Dynamite Kid Tommy Billington. I'm so excited.
Endless talent.
And there's going to be more added. What's up, Dez? We had Taryn here earlier. Now we got Dez, as in Taryn and Dez show. Dez is also going to be wrestling and doing some stand-up. Is it the day before the cruise, I believe, at Boca Raton?
I believe so.
Yes, I apologize. I wasn't prepared on that one. But then for music, we have Fozzy, Great White, which I was shocked to see just because their name's not really associated with the best of things, but I know it's a different band now. The Hot Damn, Downstate, Quarantine, Guardians of Jukebox, Excitable, Red Hot Tribute, Little Miss Nasty, Dave Spivak returning again, and We Are Wasted. So who are those out of those bands are you excited to see? I know Cam said he was excited for We Are Wasted, and he's excited obviously for Fozzy.
Downstate, are you joking?
That's what AJ was saying.
Everyone is going to know every lyric. It's going to be phenomenal.
Happy Friday indeed. I know. Friday. He does this every Friday. Or have I forgotten? I cannot wait to see Downstate to see if they do some not musical trivia, but like they should do a Name That Tune and they should play their wrestling hits because they have so many from Nick Nemeth. Obviously has tunes by him. The Miz has tunes by him. Cody Rhodes, Britt Baker. I'm pretty sure Evan Bourne had a tune by them back in the day too. So and their catalog is going to be fun. So I'm really interested to see how they sound live. Because
You know what my favorite song is?
Kingdom.
Hot Mess. Kingdom.
I'm just. I got it. We are wasted downstate and Fozzy. So Jeff is on the Emily.
Wait, did Downstate also do Hosky?
No, that was Matt Cardona.
Oh, okay. Well, that's like my second.
Why do you think it
song.
sounds awful? It's Matt Cardona who's not trying to sing.
I didn't know about Hosky until after he left WWE. Talk about sad and fucking lonely. I wish I knew that sooner. So funny.
The funniest thing is, AJ, I didn't introduce her to that song. She found it on her own.
Because I.
Whoa.
So a few years ago, I was like, Alexa, play Matt Cardona's theme song. And all of a sudden I hear this like Hosky song come up and I'm like, what is this?
You are a Hosky.
And I was like super loving this and then I couldn't find it. So I obviously had to like ask Mongo and be embarrassed, like, what the fuck is this? Because it was great. Yeah, before Chelsea, but it's fine. Life is
I wish they
better
could
for him
license.
now.
I wish they could license that for her. Like, if she wins the U.S. title, she should bring that song back.
Hot Mess.
Yeah,
for real though.
well,
That is
especially
one
now
of
that
the
Samantha's
best.
gone and she can't get her iconic Chelsea green entrance. Bring back the Hot Mess song by Downstate. That song slaps.
It does. It really does.
Cam sings it.
Except my favorite part is he doesn't understand that it says horny.
Oh, what does he think it says?
I don't even remember.
Oh my god! But he's listening to Hosky, and you're worried about that. That's funny.
I just think it's hilarious that he doesn't like know what that word.
And right on cue, Cody's heading to the ring. Well, see, Jamal, you got that ESP going right there. I'm also excited too for Dave Schrader. I hope he can make it on the board this year. I know last year, ironically, also he had his passport stolen. So I feel you on that one, Dave, getting that stuff taken care of. So hopefully he's back on board because I know they did a good job with the paranormal stories, but it wasn't the same without him. And you haven't really seen him.
I didn't get to because Cam's always been like asleep and I've always been on mom duty.
And well, I think I only did one show with him with Mox, and then we did the other show. But I think we missed it because of the weather, and then I think Cam was tired. And then so hopefully he's on because it says he is, but he's so good, he's so entertaining. Talk is Jericho. He's gonna have Sonny Ono. He can't not have Sonny Ono and not have some sort of podcast in him. So he's gonna have that Legends one. He's probably gonna have a WCW, ECW one with Al Snow and Ernest Cat Miller. So. What are you excited to see Talk is Jericho? Like seeing who you have on there, like maybe even an Elijah concert. Like, what do you think you could see on that? I
won't attend that, but if you're down with that, that's totally fine.
I just do to see if someone choke slams him or something. Like imagine Elijah is in the ring and he's singing, and then I don't know, say Will Hobbs is on the boat, and all of a sudden Will Hobbs comes out and just power slams him. I'd pop.
I would. It's just I don't know if I can sit through his singing again.
Looking forward to Jamal. I cannot wait to check out the DR.
It looks so beautiful. All the videos we've been watching, it seriously looks so pretty. And
I guess real quick, let's talk a little about excursions. I didn't see any excursions, and we'll go back to. We have some questions too. I don't forget those on you. We haven't really ever done an excursion, have we? We always just explored the island, right?
We did like our own walk around. One time we did a pirate museum in the Bahamas. That was fun. Kind of creepy, but cool.
Yeah, that's where Cam wanted to see Hook because they had a VHS copy of Hook, and thankfully he knew what a VCR was, so I wasn't hurt twice when he goes, "What's Hook?" So we ended up showing him Hook on the plane ride home. But yeah, excursions. There's a lot of excursions to book. I do not recommend booking outside of NCL. I know plenty of people who say it's fine, it's cheaper. If you book an excursion or you venture off, just know the boat time, and I don't know if there's a time change, the boat time, the ship time is the time you want to make sure your watch or your phone is set to. Because if they leave at 5 p.m. the ship time and there's a time change, they're gone and you're going to have to fly back to Miami yourself. Like you can't just fly, you can't meet them anywhere. So keep track of your time. I know AJ and I, Mexico, we constantly were looking at our phone. Brian, one year with us, we were looking at our phone. Frank we were looking at our phone. We always constantly know what time it is because we don't want to be the people who are called the dock runners. Like, go check it out on YouTube. It's the funniest thing in the world. Yes, a Tony Storm one-woman show.
And then Mariah May comes out and slaps her with a shoe. Sorry, too soon?
Yeah, that would be great. Start that feud back up. Hey, Australia is right after that too for Grand Slam, so could be a setup.
Could be. Maybe we get a recorded show.
I mean, I guess, should we say it now? I mean, we have some people on. We're going to be doing a live podcast down the night before the cruise from the hotel room.
Yes, we are.
So if there's Ragers in there who want to come on live in the hotel, we'll squeeze you in there, obviously. So you're going to see Smokey, you're going to see Rachel, you're going to see Brian from The Undone, the sexiest bachelor in Ohio. I said bachelor, AJ, don't get mad at me.
So speaking of that, Brian, if you're in the comments, pump up your content.
Ooh, phrasing. So now let's go to a question. So what kind of questions do we got before we get to the excursions?
All right. Deck wars. Let's talk about that really quick.
Like interest in it or just about it?
Both. Like how many people typically participate? I don't think we really ever have.
We'll dress up. Like Jeff wore the yellow shirt. I tried to wear our color. We're yellow this year, so I don't know if I really want
I still have
yellow.
Rachel's shirt if she's yellow this year, Jeff.
They changed decks.
Oh, well, maybe I'll borrow it for a day.
Excuse me, guys. But yeah, I think it's fun. I just think it's not for me. I think it's
Jello shots are great.
I think it's a fun competition. I wish it was more. I wish they had more like scavenger hunts and other things like that. Like more, if they had activities like on the boat. And I don't mean like, at 3:00 we're doing this game, but like
the Walking Dead antidote thing.
Yes, like on the Walking Dead cruise, which was on my 6-man, they had a game called Zombie and Survivor, and people would walk around and hand out these little Uno type of cards that said infected. If you got one, you were a zombie. The only way you could win at the end is have a card showing that you're safe, or having an antidote. And they had antidotes hidden all over the casino under random poker chips, like not the
in
poker
the claw
chips, but the claw inside the claw machine. So the one that has all the dollar bills in it. Some of the people just randomly had them on their name tags, so you had to ask for them. I think even something like that, maybe not that intensive. Like I like that people bring the rock, paper, scissors, but maybe some of those little mini games like that. Like, you get bonus points if you find all the replica like little mini belts, like they do little 3D printed mini belts. Whoever finds all 4 mini belts gets 100 points. So maybe you could trade with people for that. I think there could be a way to do it. And I'm not, maybe this year they can't, but make it more involved instead of just who has the most color coordinated groups, because some of the decks had all the talent on it. So they kind of won by a landslide.
I think I found a fun game. I just made up.
Back to green, my favorite color. What game did you just make up?
Imagine if it was a WWE cruise and it was like, oh, did you survive the cuts?
Ouch. Wow, this is tired, Emily, y'all. That was savage. And what other questions? I'm going to recover from that one.
All right. Something I want to point out is that if the water is really rocky, we can't always get off of the ship. However, they do give us some pretty great circumstances considering.
How rocky is sorry, I was reading Jamal's. I get distracted.
Oh, no, you're good. Remember that year that it was too rocky to get off the boat? So we had a bunch more comedy and wrestling because, like, why would I?
The weather was the crappy. Yes.
Yeah.
I was like trying to picture ourselves walking on rocks to get out of the ship. And I was like, wait a minute. I got you. Yes. So sometimes we were supposed to go to the private island. Bad weather happened. We weren't able to go. So they just scheduled us another fun day of activities. That's why they're moving it to October, from what I heard, is because of the weather. I think it's either way, you're gonna have a good time. We didn't get off the boat that year, and then there was a year before Emily wasn't feeling too hot, so we didn't get off the boat. And I think you were just tired from the night before, so we kind of slept in and went to the pool. That was the cruise with Osprey, so I don't think Cam was on that one.
No.
Free alcohol package too is probably why we were all kind of not feeling great. So we decided to hang on the boat, and honestly, we had fun because we hung out and we actually talked to Marlon's dad. So Marlon, if you're listening, we talked to your dad almost the entire day. We hung out. We got to talk to all the cruisers. I think that's really where we bonded with everyone. And that's where everyone kind of did shout outs for Cam, which I'm going to post that compilation again. Cause I think that really showed what this community was when Cam couldn't come on the cruise and all the Ragers took time out of the day to give a video shout out to Cam saying, hey, see you next time. Just, it warmed my heart.
He was so disappointed that he couldn't be on the cruise that year. And then we get on board and we see other children, like Jeff. 2 other children. And I'm like, how the fuck did they get on board? I still want to know.
Right. And then
I was very jealous.
to go back to Jamal's question, TBD. I don't know my flight schedule yet, just because of the work situation. I just got to make sure my timings. But once I know, Jamal, I'll let you know. Most likely before, because we kind of want to explore the nightlife and potentially we want to try to go to that. But it depends on flight schedule. Might be coming in too late for that too. Even so, that's the only reason why we haven't committed to that, is because of our travel schedule.
We really want to go. It's just we just don't know when we're coming in.
Yeah, good PTO issues, but thankfully, we're still going to be there either way. That's the thing. We're going to see everyone. To go back to Jeff, I'd love to do private island. So to kind of piggyback off that question and go back to what we were kind of saying is, I think whatever you choose to do is fun. You can have fun on the boat because there's not going to be activities, but that can be your recovery day to lay out by the pool, go in the, maybe not go in the hot tub because it's just day 3. Take a nice long shower. If your cabin mates are out doing something, go to the buffet, get that greasy bacon, go to Starbucks, just go to the gym, get some tension. I think you went to the spa on the Walking Dead cruise. You thought it was just to go relax, but I had other intentions.
I got my nails done.
That's right. 7 years ago this February, I officially proposed to my now wife. So it was on a Norwegian boat. And that's one of the things that we love is just going on these ships. You get that sense of friendship because everyone was so nice to us on the cruise. And we didn't really tell anyone. People saw the ring and went, wait a minute. And I was like, oh, I didn't think of that. But I at least got bonus points because I made sure she got her nails done before she posted the pictures.
Yes.
And then I won in the casino. So another tip, have fun in the casino when it's open. If you can afford, to do that, it's not going to hurt you financially. And it's fun to go play a quick game on the roulette or, hit the slots. Just if the talent's gambling though, let them chill.
Yeah, Jamal, I agree. Some people don't mind the hot tub. I think it's a bacteria festation. People don't get out.
I'm just afraid of Legionnaire's disease. I'll be realistic because that's a thing and it's disgusting. It's usually hot tubs. So,
and you don't get out. Where are you peeing with all the alcohol you're consuming?
Ugh,
that's my only question to that.
So what's another question you got speaking of that?
Well, we got to go backwards. Can we go back in time?
Yeah, because I want to talk about the other different stuff we've done.
So I've got 2 things. When should you check your bags in when you get to the port, or where can you check your bags in?
So right when you first pull up to the terminal, so you'll see a line of Ubers and taxis dropping people off. You'll see a parking garage on the left. There will be people with NCL uniforms on, and they will check you in. They have color-coded luggage tags. You just give them your room number. Please tip them. They work really hard. Excuse me. And they'll take your heavy bags for you. So keep anything necessary. Excuse me.
We keep our backpacks.
I keep my backpack because it has my meds in it. It has my vitamins in it. So if you need things I have an inhaler, I keep my inhaler on me. So things we don't need, our clothes for the weekend, our outfits, they'll take it right to your room for you. But yeah, keep something on you. Have your IDs. Never keep your passports in your checked bags anywhere you go. Have your important valuables and medicines, because things you can't live without for a few hours, because your rooms won't be ready until about 1:00 ish,
if not later. That was my next question. When do you think the rooms are
ready?
What's
up, Jumbo Ref? When do you think the rooms are 1:00?
At least.
Yeah, you sweating everything out in the hot water, Jim. I can't do that. Jumbo Ref is a multi-time cruiser with us as well, going all the way back to Cruise 2 where you met him. The dynamiting board. So I'm going to ask you a question, everybody else there a question. So we had the live dynamite. Unfortunately, it can't be topped because, again, it's a live show. I don't think they're going to do it again. We now have the opportunity because we're leaving on a Friday and come back on a Tuesday. Yes. We now have the opportunity, a taped collision from the ship, maybe. How cool would that be?
That'd be epic.
Collision on the high seas or something like that, or colliding on, no, I don't, maybe that's not really appropriate, but Titanic's over 100 years ago. They can get over it. Just kidding. Love the Titanic. But I think something like that, because they tape so much footage now with Max, I'm hoping we can see some of those old footage because that's all content. That's all content they can use.
It really is.
So, some people, ew, as a shower. That's disgusting, Jamal.
There are showers in every room, and there's showers next to the hot tubs. You don't need to go in there to shower.
I think personal hygiene matters on the boat. I think that's my other cruise tip. Shower because it's hot. You're around a lot of people. You're never not going to be sweating. You're meeting people that you potentially enjoy meeting. Make good impressions. Shower, keep yourself clean, apply deodorant more than once. Sunscreen yourself. Just yes, it's vacation, but we all want to make sure we're not stinking and we're not going up pee being gross. So it's also for your cabin mates too. Like I make sure if I know maybe like my belly hurts, I ain't gonna go in the cabin for a while in case I gotta toot toot. I'm not trying to stick you out of the cabin.
Yeah. Okay. If you have roommates, I'm gonna put this out there. If you have roommates, there are plenty of restrooms located around the ship. Make everyone else suffer, not your cabin mates. Shit in the restrooms, not the bathroom in your cabin.
Stuff is a lifesaver. That and the dude wipe spray, those things are a lifesaver because there's sometimes where it's like, oh no. But no, I'm just trying to be realistic. Like,
well, some people do
hygienic.
Room with people that they don't really know that well, and that's another thing. Like, make sure you at least have a backup plan that like you can like sleep on a couch somewhere in the atrium.
And maybe not in the atrium, but like if you find other cruisers that you feel uncomfortable with, and if you feel uncomfortable with anyone on board, whether it's a crewmate, guest, find Six Man, find Norwegian. Don't think that your safety is not important. They're awesome. Everyone from Six Man has always been incredible. We've talked to them from minor issues to confrontations that there's one Emily doesn't know about, and I'm not going to go into it on air, but there was a verbal altercation on the Walking Dead cruise, and Six Man was able to step in and make sure that we could both enjoy our vacation and realize that just let bygones be bygones, and it's not worth ruining a vacation over a petty little thing. I know you can get tired and stuff like that, but just safety is important. If you see us, come say hi to us. We'll act like your friends if you need to be safe for safety. Like if someone's making you uncomfortable, you see me like, hey, Mongo, how you doing? Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. I'll chat with you. I don't care because maybe you want to talk to someone. Just if you see Jamal, he'll always talk to you. Just knowing that people are here to help you and take care of you. So don't feel like you're not safe. You're not a stranger on the Jericho Cruise. Very true. Yes, situational, and situational awareness too. Like know your surroundings. There is a lot of drinking and fun involved. Just be very careful with what's around you. You don't want to, fall and hurt yourself and have to pay for an expensive medical bill. You also don't want to get so drunk that you start touching on the wrestlers. Yeah, seen that too. And that's the other thing too. Be careful. Be careful with what you're saying and doing, because it's not just strangers that you're seeing once. It's people you might watch wrestling. You don't want to see the talent or the musicians seeing you acting up, because that doesn't get a good reputation with the cruise either. Yeah. Like, we're not trying to go on there and be like, oh, I don't want to go on this cruise. Everyone there is trying to follow me into the gym and bother me. No, have fun. If you go to the gym and you work out, that's fantastic. 100%. If this is your first time going to the gym in a very long time, maybe the gym isn't the place for you, because you're clearly just trying to be weird with the wrestlers. Yeah. It's their vacation too. That's what I look at it. They might work in the ring, but the rest of the time they're having fun, and you should let them. And I think, we'll go into the meet and greets for that one. Because that's when it's important to meet them. They encourage it. For the meet and greets. First question. Okay. I knew we would have some. Who takes the photo? Usually it's Six Man or a NCL volunteer. If not, just ask your fellow cruiser behind you. Hey, do you mind taking a photo? Just pass it forward if people ask you. How do they take their photo? Cell phone, usually, but they do have pro photo ops they have to pay for. Okay. And where can you find the pictures that they take with the pro photo? I think it's deck 7. It's like the atrium area. It's past where the jewelry is. There's a bunch of photos. You just kind of have to look for yourself, but you can also ask them sometimes they know by your cabin. Do you know what kind of pictures are located there? Like, I know when you first get on board, they take a couple pictures of you in front of a green screen. Random. They take all kinds of different 8x10s, 8x13, 11x13s, those little crystal things. So they can pretty much, it's kind of like the kiosks in the mall. Like, they take your 8x10 picture, but then they can put it on a bunch of different stuff. And also what's fun is that while you're in your cabin, you can put the channel on
and they will show all of the random pictures that they're taking throughout the course of the ship, like run. So like the belly flop contest, that was really fun. Everybody kept coming up to Mongo telling him how great he did.
I'm coming for first place, y'all. I got robbed. I'm coming for first place. When Deanna Perazzo told me I should have won, I know I should have won. So I'm re-entering that belly flop contest, and Mongo's winning, y'all. All right.
I don't really have anything else. How many can you go to? And that's all depending on you.
So this can be a sore subject, so I don't want to go too much for a rant, but they try to get you through as many as they can. It's usually about an hour limit for sessions. So for example, the pro photos that they take, where they call photo sessions, where you take the pictures only, no autographs. If you know there's a really popular act, like when the JAS was on the boat, we didn't get a picture with the group because they were the most popular and had the longest lines, but we were able to get the rest of them. Last year, we were able to get all of them just because we just happened to choose the most popular one first, get in line, and then the other ones we got after. So you kind of just have to read the room and know that you're probably not going to get everyone, but enjoy the ones you do because everyone's amazing. I haven't had a bad experience at the photo ops or autograph sessions. Some disappointments, but not bad experiences.
Yeah, our favorite thing is to go 4 for 4. That's our fun. 4 for 4.
I agree with Jamal.
Thank you, Jamal.
All right. Same autograph sessions. So I guess who have been some of the best people you've met at those sessions then? And what are you guys in the comments like? Who have been some of your best experiences?
Chris Statlander.
You booped her.
I got to boop, and she didn't do that with everybody, so that was really exciting. Didn't get to meet her with the face paint on. Still so sad, but thank you, Jamal, for being my Orange Cassidy. There's not like a bad one. Oh, there was one.
I like Rebel for you. Rebel was cool.
Rebel was great. Rebel and I just talked makeup the whole time. It was fan-fucking-tastic.
Willow, that was awesome.
Willow was good. Yuta. Actually, Wheeler Yuta. He was really chill to talk with. We just talked about wrestling, like Limitless Wrestling, and not anymore.
Kayfabe, no, but he's such a nice dude.
He is a nice guy.
I don't think I'll ever forget just waiting in line for the Elite and just knowing that like such an iconic picture to get the Young Bucks and Kenny. And then all I said to Kenny Omega was, dude, thank you so much. Like, I appreciate it. Like, I couldn't think of what to say because I'm such a big fan. I didn't want to like be weird. And then he like saw my shirt and I was wearing, my Omega shirt, and he goes, no, man, I appreciate you. And it was just like that quick little, like, I got you, like, maybe more of a fan because, yeah, it was a 10-second interaction for a picture, but like, that's someone who I enjoy watching. And he was just like, he was normal. It wasn't like awkward and weird.
All right, I'm going to go there.
Oh, no.
So a lot of the times I have like so much going on that I get overwhelmed and tend to forget things that happened. And I'm thankful for the pictures that they do capture for you. So
turn your live photo on if you have it.
Yeah, live photos are a must. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, no videos, like a convention. And you're like, yes, it's fine. So if you see a friend talking with one of the wrestlers, try to record that for them. That will mean more to them than you know. We watched a guy get to talk to Hangman about his boots.
That was great.
Something I did not realize happened until Mongo put the pictures on our TV to like cycle through as our wallpaper. And Cody Rhodes hugged me, and I did not remember that happening because I was so focused on what Cam was doing with Cody throughout that meet that I didn't even realize that I had a great meet with Cody as well. So little things like that, because if you don't know, Cam met Cody while he was dressed up as his own version of the American Nightmare.
The one where Sean Spears just brained him.
So he had like the red mark on the back of his head because he had to have the chair shot. And then he had the dream tattoo on his chest. He had a cute little salmon shirt. And then he had these like American Nightmare leggings on. It was fantastic. They were American flag like tights. He loved it.
Yeah, he still talks about when he had to meet Cody Rhodes as Cody Rhodes. And no, I agree. It's the same when Will Hobbs was playing with the hair.
Yes.
And like he wasn't doing it in a weird way, but
I didn't notice it
she
until I
was
saw
so
the
nervous.
picture.
Because he's so smart. You can tell he's a dad. Because Emily was nervous, not like in a weird way, but like
He's fucking 8 feet
Yeah,
tall. I'm
he's-
5 foot.
Will Hobbs is a lot of human. He's the nicest person you'll ever meet. He's so nice, and he's so good with everyone on board. So we're waiting in line. Emily goes to the photo op, and Will Hobbs, shakes her hand and everything, and
Never
then,
liked this.
and then they start like shadow box, and they tussle like, and she's go like this with the hair, and I'm watching the whole thing. So if you look at the live photo, you can just see me. I'm just watching. I'm like, oh, I wish they cropped me out. So I'm like, like.
It
But
was
I'm
like,
watching her live in the moment. It was great.
So if you see like Jason Momoa pictures, I had my Jason Momoa moment, but with Will Hobbs.
And oh, thank you. And that's honestly, we got to meet Jeff and Rachel because they were just as excited for us to see Cam meet Darby as Cam. And that's obviously that's one of the best memories.
It's one of my most wholesome, like favorite things that have ever happened. Like
because we didn't expect it. And
No.
like it was so natural, and it was just if you watch the video that we posted multiple times, I just love when you see him like people put 2 and 2 together. You can see we all do the same time. You can see me like, oh, Darby's coming. Holy shit! And if you look closely, you can see me go like this to Emily because she's talking to Rachel or talking to someone. And she's like, "What?" Emily just freezes up, and we both just freeze up, and it was just that. Yeah, it was right before Diamond. It was the most random thing. And then it was like, holy shit. And then it was like, he met in Darby. And you can hear me like, oh, Darby. And it was like, I was like, this is happening right now. It didn't feel real. Like we both have goofy grins on our face. Like is this real?
I'm so glad when you Google it that I'm not the person in the picture
It's
and that
me.
it's this guy and Jeff and Rachel.
Yeah.
And I still need to find that lady that's in the background. If you are listening ever,
I know.
Please, I need to know who you are because you make that moment so much more special with your reaction. And like whoever you were with, your boyfriend or husband, like that moment right there was so chaotically beautiful and wholesome and just, ugh.
I think another big moment like that, but not as like, obviously kinks, we all kind of get moments is I know I talked about Osprey to death, but just that moment where he walked over to me in karaoke after we had, talked and I did the belly flop in the pool and just realizing someone who I admired the ring was just like a chill dude. Like it's so cool. It was such a humbling experience for him. Like fucking right, man. Like just, I can't do it like he does. Like fucking right, bro. Like after I sang, like just, I sucked. I bombed, but he gave me that false confidence. I'm like, the GOAT gave me confidence.
Yes. I don't know. I feel like every cruise, maybe it's different for everybody because it is, but you get that one experience with
That
talent
moment.
that just sticks with you. Every cruise, we each have somebody different that sticks with us. For me, it was like Britt Baker, Chris Statlander, Abaddon. Like
Yeah,
a lot of them have really done some great,
Darby,
like
Osprey, Marco,
Marco.
obviously Sammy Guevara. That's why I think when he gets so much hate because seeing him the first year, that him being so nice, and then I'll never forget he goes up to Cam and he's like talking to him, and Cam tells him he wants to be a wrestler, and Sammy's like, "All right, I'm gonna give you some free wrestling training right now," and he tells Cam to lay down. He goes, "All right," so he's laying down next to Cam. He goes, "You see that light?" Yeah, he's like, "That's what you're gonna see when you wrestle me, kid." And like he just picked him up, and they just started laughing, and him and Tay. And then seeing Tay, with Nikki's son Nero, just I enjoy that because it's like you see the real side of them, and it makes you more of a fan because you like them as a person.
And yeah, Jeff had the experience with the Outrunners. I think Rachel had her experience with Aubrey last cruise. That was really nice.
Outrunners, oh dude, they were the dudes, the guns.
Bring them back.
Bring
guns
them back,
up.
I
will be very sad if we don't get the guns again. And oh my God, these new action figures. Clearly we're going to get them.
Also, stay tuned because maybe if you are going on the cruise, you can win a Jericho Housen from us. So stay tuned for details. I think that'd be fun. We're going to hand deliver it to the winner.
That would be fun.
So that's some of the big guests. Like we had Ultimo Dragon we're getting Ultimo Dragon. We had Ultimo Dragon. Now we're getting Liger. How crazy are we getting Liger?
Nuts.
So like we've had literally every single like major almost star. Like they had Rey Mysterio on the first cruise. We had Ric Flair on the second. Can we get Rob Van Dam or Sting?
So, okay, how about this? Going a little bit off track, last question I'll ask. Is there a time when they announce matches?
Typically, you find out the card, like you'll know the main event. So like, once they announce AEW talent, they'll announce like the main event. So like Jericho Housen versus the Guns was Cruise 4's main event technically. So you might know that ahead of time, and we already know the Oceanic matches that are going out, but the other matches will be kind of posted on like the Atrium board. So that's where you'll see those. So Emily's getting the Jericho Housen right now.
I think Jeff might have thought it was a shirt, so I wanted to show it.
Oh.
So if you don't collect toys, you may not know that this even exists. But so when we talked to Jeremy on the cruise, he told us that they couldn't create a cruise set because
it didn't happen on TV. But then we're like,
and I said, Dynamite happened right here, baby. Don't worry. So we actually got a figure from the cruise. Bum, bum, bum.
Jericho Housen from It's the Fourth Cruise. And I just think it's such a cool figure. It's Jericho as Danhausen. It was such an iconic moment.
And you get like...
You get two different
heads.
God,
it's done so well. I thought it was Danhausen's head as well. Could you imagine Danhausen's head on Jericho's body? Jazzers, you can do that.
I don't know if they have... I don't know if they have this shirt. I wish they'd redo some of the shirts again, Jeff. I know I'm excited to see if there's any of the towns bring their cruise merch on. Aubrey usually brings a custom one on. You also saw one year too. There was like a tank top, right? Wasn't there like a different tank top that you saw?
Yeah, a lot of the talent bring their own shirts, which is fun. They don't bring too many. Obviously, they don't want to go home with any, so they do sell out. I actually own a shirt smaller than I can wear for Aubrey, but I did not want to have it.
I hope we get Speedball back on board because I'll say Jeff, him and Michael Oku, the match of every cruise, probably the best match I've ever seen. Insane match, and I would love to see him come back, especially if the rumors are true that he's all elite.
Everything. Oh, can we not?
Our cats.
All right, I didn't ask for a show.
Botchamania.
Dude.
Get down. He's no wonder we call him Mick, just like the Mick
he
Foley.
Is reckless like Mick Foley.
So speaking of Mick Foley and cosplays, let's go into cosplay. So I think that'll be cool to talk about some of our favorite ones, like the theme nights this year. Theme nights have passed. What have been some of your favorite cosplays that you've seen?
That I've seen?
Yeah.
Marlon,
yeah.
Which time? I can't tell you. Every fucking time. That kid knows how to do this. Marlon pulls it off.
I think I like some of the group costumes we've seen.
Price is Right was great.
Brian Fox when he did the Austin Powers and on roller skates and everything.
Gold member was nutty, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, Austin Powers. Gross.
Jamal is definitely one of my favorite cosplayers. Whatever.
I debated on bringing back Mick Foley. But I think Jeff and I are going to still go for the Outrunners potentially, so that'd be fun.
He's practicing shaving this off, Jeff.
Jeff, she's mad because I most asked you a question, but I'll shave it for later. Other cosplays, I think that girl who did Al Snow that you saw.
Oh my gosh, she was so fun.
The Ghostbusters that we saw, the couple. I like when it's not just wrestling. I like when you see random costumes. It's like, oh, it's like a Comic-Con. It's fun.
Yes. That one kid that dressed up as Darby Allin, I mean, he was pretty cute. Maybe I'm biased.
That's fun. So what about you? Do you plan on doing cosplays this year?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Let me pack my regular clothes that I did not pack last year. I guess that's a good question. I told you I was done, but I guess I'm not. How many shirts do you tend to pack?
I can't quantify that number. That's too many to count.
So the first year that we went, we kind of packed like, okay, this person's going, this person's going, this person's going. I want to get a picture with this person in this shirt at the photo op. So we even had like our clothes in our backpack, a couple shirts that we were like swapping out between photos. I don't care. I'll say it.
I also say it gets hot and I don't want to, if I sweat, I want to take that shirt off so I'm not wearing a sweaty shirt. I'm trying to, again, hygiene. I want to keep my hygiene. I'm not trying to stink. Because literally I boarded with a green t-shirt and as soon as I realized, I'm like, okay, as soon as we could go into the room, I showered and put a new shirt on.
Yeah, I think also part of this is like at least 2 shirts a day because it is really hot and you're going to want to change at some point. And there's only one pajama night. And even then, can you just think for 1 second, be conscious of this. The shirts and pajamas that you are bumping around with dirty people constantly, just like this, next to each other all day. Do you want to wear that to bed?
Right.
Maybe you'd have different pajamas planned.
Shout out to the Undone who's up in the comments.
Thank you, Jeff. Exactly. Easily, I'm going to have 10 shirts just for the cruise. Easily.
I hear they're working on a new album, working hard at the studio. Those 4 putting together some magic over there. So shout out. Make sure you go follow the Undone. Like I say at the end of every episode, let's get them on the Jericho Cruise. They would tear the house down. Miller on vocals.
We already have 1 out of 4.
Seth killing the drums. Max dropping the bass lines. Brian guitar. Oh, man, that'd be such a fun lineup. And they bring the energy. I flew to Ohio to see them. Trust me. They're amazing.
If Bill Goldberg gets on this cruise, I might get off.
Yeah,
and not in that way. I mean, like, walk off the cruise. Oh, my God.
I could do a Swanson stash, John.
No, Millet. Okay? No. You will owe me 5 action figures that are not Transformers.
Yeah, and hopefully know that Bill Goldberg does not kick you on the cruise. I don't want Brian to have to retire. Well, Jamal, I got to sleep eventually. I'm old.
Yeah, same. My eyes are watering. I'm so tired.
No, I know. It's we try to stay up. I think that's the thing. Stay up as late as you want, but if you're tired, go lay down. It's cool. Like it's a great thing is no one's going to judge you on vacation. It's cool to go take a nap. I've totally gone and take a nap midday.
You know what? If there's a time to take the naps, it is during the day. The party life is going. Jeff had me up past like 5 at the bar with the Outrunners.
No, I'm just kidding.
And private party. No, was it private party? Yeah, everybody was there that
Jeff
night.
was my bodyguard on the cruise. I appreciate him.
He kept me safe.
But I enjoyed. I'll say it. I enjoyed Jeff and I got to develop a little bit of bromance on that cruise and gotten to hang out with all the different talent and just shooting the shit. It's fun to be able to be yourself and just be with people that you have fun with. And there's no judgment because like I'm Planet Fitness, man. Judgment-free zone. Like let's just have fun. So I think we're gonna wrap it up though. I think we had some good cruise memories. So I think to ask one last question again before we go. What are you looking forward to on this cruise the most? Like not like who you see like match wise. Like what match are you looking to see or kind of potential match? Fantasy book and AW match.
All right. I want to see.
We're gonna be watching it after this. We're gonna be on a delay, but we'll be watching.
Steels versus Britt Baker.
Ooh, that'd be a great match.
I really like Tasha Steelz. I think she's really fun. I would love to see that. Or Kiera Hogan come on board. I would definitely like to see Kiera Hogan on cruise.
I want to see Brian Cage versus Brody King.
Oof, beef.
I want to see some beef on the ocean.
Imagine if beef comes on the cruise, guys.
Beef.
I didn't even think about that. That'd be so great for him. Oh, don't tease us. That'd be the match. I don't think
I'd be leaving. I'd want ringside for that match.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yes.
I'm shocked it hasn't been announced.
I'm still hoping, Jeff, what you and I fantasy booked, the Jericho Runners or someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're going to wrap it up for the night. So we're going to go watch Rampage, and we're going to talk more about the cruise next time. So next time we have episode show, we'll keep talking about this, but let us know in the comments too if you're watching this. What are you looking forward to on the cruise? What other questions you have for us? And let's go sail.
Let's fucking go.
All right. Have a great night, everyone.
Always keep the
kayfabe.
kayfabe.